Hi everyone, welcome to this lesson where we will learn about how to pass the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate exam. I am Aishwarya Sood. I am a software engineer and AWS trainer by profession. I am AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. I am AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, AWS Certified Developer Associate, and also AWS Academy Accredited Educator. You can connect with me on LinkedIn at this profile name, which is Aishwarya Sood 29. You can also scan the QR code to quickly view my profile. In this video, I'll explain why you should get an AWS certification, what are the benefits of it, what all certifications are available. I'll discuss the learning path for AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate Certification in detail, what the exam pattern looks like, and also what are the standard AWS resources which can help you in passing the certification exam. I'll discuss a few sample questions and the strategy to understand each question and find the accurate answer in the given time. So out of hundreds of reasons for getting certified by AWS, here I have listed out a few main reasons which we can't deny. First is it validates the technical skills. You might have some knowledge about cloud and AWS, but to validate it and get a proof of validation, you need to get certified by AWS. Next is it is globally valid. An AWS certification is globally valid, which means it will be accepted and valued all around the world equally. Next is it boosts your profile. Because an AWS certification is valued by all employers all around the world, as it shows your dedication and expertise in the AWS domain. Cloud computing is a highly demanded skill these days, and because of the rise in the cloud adoption by the majority of the businesses, and moreover AWS leads the cloud market. That's why it will add a lot of value to your resume and it will eventually increase the visibility of your resume. Next is higher paychecks. Having a certification in your profile which shows the relevant skills on AWS, it can get you paychecks higher than the average. You just need to acquire the required skills and the right certifications and you will be good to go. Next benefit is it gives you access to join AWS LinkedIn community. Once you are AWS certified, you will be eligible to join AWS LinkedIn community where AWS certification achievers can view and connect worldwide AWS certified professionals and receive multiple worldwide event or AWS conference invites, study material, practice exams, launch announcements to be prepared for further AWS projects or certification exams. Next is eligible to become a subject matter expert. So once you are AWS certified, you will also be eligible to participate in the AWS subject matter expert program, which is also known as SMEs. And subject matter experts are an important part of the exam development process. Apart from the benefits that are mentioned here, there are so many other benefits, like you will get discount vouchers for the next certification. You will also get access to the official AWS certified merchandise store and many more things. Let's discuss how many and which AWS certifications are available. The certifications are categorized into 4 levels based on the difficulty, and there are a total of 11 unique certification types. Our focus here is on the Solutions Architect Associate Certification, which is a level 200 exam, or you can say an intermediate level exam. Let's see more details about this exam on the certification website. So this certification helps organizations identify and develop talent with the critical skills for implementing cloud initiatives, and earning this certification, it will validate the ability to design and implement distributed systems on AWS. Basically all the architecting aspects and the best practices. And who should take this exam? It is intended for anyone with 1 or more years of hands-on experience designing available, cost-efficient, fault-tolerant and scalable distributed systems on AWS. It recommends that you should have at least 1 year of hands-on experience on designing architectures on AWS, but that is just a recommendation. It is not mandatory. And these are other points which are relevant if you are taking an exam. And what is the cost of this exam? It is a $150 worth exam, and this certification is also one of the top IT certifications, as it opens the doors to many job opportunities. And the main reason that it's a good start for the beginners with no or little knowledge of AWS is that it covers the services from core categories of AWS, which include compute, storage, networking, databases, and security. These are the service categories that form the foundation of any architecture. So this was about AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. The exam code is CSAA02. Okay, that 02 depicts the version 2 of the exam. So let's get back to the slides and let's see how to prepare for this exam. So there are several resources available for AWS certification exams preparation, which are provided by AWS itself, and most of them are free of cost, available on the internet. In the coming slides, I'll take you through many of these resources. I'll tell you how you can access them and how they can be beneficial for your exam preparation. So first, let's discuss what is the learning path for the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. So this is the official learning path, how it looks like. It recommends that you should first take the classroom training for AWS Technical Essentials, or after taking this training, you should be AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, or that is just an optional thing. But the main thing is, it recommends that you should be trained on architecting on AWS course. So this again is a classroom training course. If you do not want to take a instructor-led training, you can also opt for free digital training that is available at aws.training. I will show you how to access this and how it can be beneficial. After taking the trainings for the course, you have to take the training for exam readiness for the Solutions Architect Associate. In this class, there will be so many brush up of the concepts that you would have learned in the actual training, and so many exam practice questions will be there, which will help you in preparing for the exam. And finally, you will be ready to take up the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate exam. So first resource that is available here is AWS Learning Library. The first resource is this one, and this is a place where you can access hundreds of learning videos on different topics of AWS. On completion of each learning, you also get a certificate of completion from AWS immediately. Let me show you how it looks like. So this is how the AWS Learning Library looks like. If you specifically want for the architecting course, you can filter it here. From the role, just filter it for the architect role. And the ones that come under digital training are available for free of cost. You can also opt for an instructor-led classroom training. You can filter them based on whatever is your requirement, like the language you can filter, the skill level, or the role. You can add the filters, and you can complete whichever learning is preferable for you. Now let's see what is the next resource that is available. So the next resource available is AWS Self-Paced Labs. In order to get hands-on experience on AWS, you can use the self-paced labs that are provided by AWS. Let's have a look at how the self-paced labs looks like. So this is the web page for the self-paced labs. You can access all of them from here. They provide a complete step-by-step guide for each lab, giving you a chance to practice various use cases and real-world scenarios. You do not even need to have your own AWS account in order to perform these labs. Many of these are available for free of cost, and you can check them out at this URL, that is aws.amazon.com/training/self-paced labs. Let's have a look at the another resource that is there. So the next resource available is FAQs. So this is where you can access all the FAQs, that is aws.amazon.com/FAQs. This resource includes the most frequently asked questions about all the services offered by AWS. You can see them. You can browse through these FAQs to find answers to commonly raised questions of any level, especially if you are new to AWS and require more information about each service. There's a category-wise list, and you can choose the service for which you want to view the FAQs. Let's say I want the FAQs for EC2. So just open it here, and it includes all the frequently asked questions about EC2, starting from what exactly is Amazon EC2, taking to EC2 instance types, storage, networking and security, and all the other things. So whatever FAQs, whatever services are relevant for your certification type, like we are discussing about solutions architect as of now, so you can go through the FAQs of all the core services, like all the computing services, all the storage services, all the networking services, and the databases like RDS and DynamoDB. So these will be the common services covered in the Solutions Architect course. Let's see what is the next resource that is available. Next resource that is available is AWS White Papers. Let's have a look at the white papers. So the white papers are like if you need more comprehensive information about various solutions implemented on AWS, you can go through these white papers. And also if you need more information about reference architecture diagrams, reference material, etc., you can browse through this resource, which includes all of this technical information authored by AWS and the AWS community. So they are accessible at the URL aws.amazon.com/whitepapers. Let's take a look at the another resource that is available. So next resource is AWS Documentation. Let's take a look at the documentation now. So AWS Documentation is like if you want user guides, you want developer guides or tutorials for any service on AWS, you can check out the documentation of all the AWS services, which will give you guidance for implementing various solutions on AWS. So let me open a documentation for the EC2 and let me show you how it looks like. So for the EC2, you can see if you want to create Linux instances, let's say, just open this documentation and it will give you complete guidance on how to create the EC2 Linux instance, for setting it up, for getting started, what are the best practices that you need to follow, all the tutorials, all the information about AMIs, instances and monitoring, networking, everything that is required for the launch process of EC2 instance, and in a very good manner it is organized. So next resource that is available is Events and Webinars. Let's see how we can access the events and webinars that happens on AWS, and this is where you can access it, aws.amazon.com/events. So you can expand your knowledge on AWS by attending various events and webinars which are organized by AWS frequently on various topics. Let's explore what are the events and webinars that are available. Let's search here. You can register for an exam readiness training here, a virtual exam readiness classroom training, like which will be a live virtual instructor led training. So you can prepare better for your exam. You can filter it here and you can get a exam readiness training from here, and even more webinars that are of your choice that you want to learn about. Let's take a look at the another resource that is available. So the next is exam guides and sample questions. So before starting to prepare for any exam, please go through the exam guide of that particular certification. It includes a blueprint of the exam pattern, the passing marks, and also the domains covered and their distribution in the exam, and other important details about the exam. You can check out the sample questions with their solutions for all the certification exams in the sample question section. So let me show you how you can access it. So it is available at aws.amazon.com/certification/certification-prep, and for all the certifications you can check it there. So now our focus here is for the Solutions Architect Associate, so expand the associate level certifications. And first you can see the Solutions Architect Associate. You can check what is the relevant AWS training that you need to take for this, which FAQs and white papers you have to read about it for the preparation of this exam, what is the exam readiness training and how you can take it in 3 ways, and you can also take a practice exam, and also you can schedule the exam from the link that is given here. And for the exam guide and the sample questions, just click there, download the exam guide. You can see it will open a blueprint of the exam which I just explained. And for the sample questions, you can click here and it will open the sample questions for the particular exam. So it is still opening. This is how it looks like. Okay, so introduction, for whatever is the introduction about the exam, the target candidate description, the same thing that we have seen on the certification web page, and what are the passing marks, what kind of questions will be there, how the scoring will be done, how the exam results will be displayed, the domain distribution for the exam, and description for each domain. The detailed description has been given there. So this is about the exam guide. And for the sample questions, you can see they have given a 10 sample questions for the certification, and also the answers to each of the question along with the reference links and the explanation to each question. So please check out these two resources before you take up any exam. Let's see what is the next resource that is available. Next we have is AWS WellArchitected Web Page. So let's have a look at the WellArchitected web page. So this is how it looks like, and you can access it at this website aws.amazon.com/architecture/well-architected. So this is a page where you can access all the well-architected tools, all the white papers that are related to well-architected framework, all the pillars of the well-architected framework, all the lenses that you can use while designing the architecture, and all the things that are related to well-architected framework, so that before you design an architecture on AWS, you completely follow all the best practices and the guidelines that are mentioned in the well-architected framework. Next resource that we have is RampUp Guides. So let's see how we can access the RampUp Guides and what it is all about. You can access the RampUp Guides at aws.amazon.com/training/ramp-up-guides. And the RampUp Guide includes a variety of resources to help you build your skills and knowledge of the AWS cloud. Before taking any AWS exam, please check out the RampUp Guide for that particular role, because each guide features carefully selected digital training, classroom trainings, classroom courses, videos, white papers, certifications, and more at one place. Okay, so let me show you which RampUp Guide you have to follow for this exam. This is a RampUp Guide which is there for architect role. Just click on download the guide, and it includes all the links to all the resources that are important for your exam preparation. You can see all the links to the white papers, to the web page, to the digital training, for the self-paced labs, for the videos. Everything is given at one place. So this is a most amazing resource which will be very, very helpful before your exam preparation. Everything is given there. Even if you want to prepare for the solutions architect professional, those resources are also provided there. And also if you want to schedule your exam, you want to take up a practice exam, every link is given at one place in the single RampUp Guide for the architect. Same way, if you are preparing for another certifications, you can download the relevant RampUp Guide from this page itself. So these were all the resources that are available. Take the maximum benefit out of it, and it will surely help you prepare for the exam in the best possible way. Let's have a look at the exam blueprint. So how does it look like? The exam will have either multiple choice or multiple response questions. Multiple choice in the sense you will be having 4 to 5 options available, out of which you will have to select one right answer. Multiple response means you will be having 4 to 5 options given, out of which there will be 2 or 3 right choices which you will have to select. The total exam of the marks, the total marks of the exam is 1000 marks, and the passing marks are 720 marks out of it. If you get 720 out of 1000, you will be AWS certified. And the exam duration is 130 minutes. You will get 2 hours 10 minutes to finish all the exam, and there will be a total of 65 questions which you will have to finish in this particular time. Now let's go ahead and let's discuss a few sample questions. I'll discuss a few sample questions and I will tell you the strategies how you can find the perfect answer for each question in the given time. Let's see the first question. So first question is, in an MNC, you are working as a solutions architect. They have a web application that requires a minimum of 4 EC2 instances to run to ensure that it can serve all the users around the world. You are instructed to ensure fault tolerance of this system. Which of the following is the best option? Okay, so you have to select a best option. Let's see how to find the keywords out of this question. So for your convenience, I have highlighted the keywords in this question. Minimum of 4 instances. are there, which ensures that it can serve all the customers all around the world, and you have to ensure the fault tolerance and which is the best option. So let's look at the options. First option says deploy an auto scaling group with 4 instances in each of 2 AZs behind an application load balancer. This is like there is too much compute because there will be 8 instances which is not required. Also, it will increase the cost. So we can eliminate this option because this is not the best possible option. Let's look at the B option. Deploy an auto scaling group with 4 instances in one AZ behind an application load balancer. B option is like there is no fault tolerance because it is only in one AZ. If that AZ fails, the application will go down. But we are required to ensure the fault tolerance as well. That's why we can eliminate the B option as well. C option says deploy an auto scaling group with 2 instances in each of 3 AZs behind an application load balancer. This is like again too much of compute because there will be 6 instances which is not required. Also again it will increase the cost, and that's why we can also eliminate this option because this is again not the best possible option. Let's have a look at the D option. Deploy an auto scaling group with 2 instances in each of 2 AZs behind an application load balancer. This option is perfect because 2 EC2 instances will be there in each of the 2 availability zones, which means a total of 4 instances. Also, they are in the auto scaling group, which means whenever required, the number of instances will be increased by auto scaling, and application load balancer will keep distributing the traffic to these 4 instances in 2 availability zones. This ensures the fault tolerance along with the cost savings. So this is the right option. Let's look at the next question. Next question is XYZ, a gaming company, has multiple EC2 instances in a single AZ for its multiplayer game that communicates with users on the transport layer. The CTO has given a requirement to make the architecture cost effective and highly available. What should you do being a solutions architect to meet these requirements? Let's find the keywords from this question. So these are the keywords, the ones that I have highlighted. Single AZ, first keyword as a single AZ, that they are running in the single AZ as of now. Transport layer is the layer 4 of OSI model, which indicates we need to use a network load balancer. Cost effective and highly available. To make it highly available, we need to keep the instances in multiple AZs so that it can even withstand the failure of one availability zone. Also, we have to keep in mind the cost effective point, which we can fulfill by using auto scaling because it will add or remove the instances based on the actual workload. Now let's have a look at the options. First option is decrease the number of EC2 instances. So it is about decreasing the number of EC2 instances, which is not the solution for the given requirement since we want high availability, and decreasing the number of instances will not be the right choice. Then D option says increase the number of EC2 instances, which is again not a solution because increasing the number in the same availability zone will not make it highly available. E option asks to add an ALB, which cannot be done since the application communicates with users on the transport layer and we need to use a network load balancer, not an application load balancer. Look at the B option. It is right because it is using a network load balancer in front of EC2 instances. So this option is right. C option is also correct because an ASG or an auto scaling group will add or remove the instances based on the need in multiple availability zones automatically, optimizing the cost and providing high availability. So these two are the right options. And also it was mentioned in the question that we have to select 2 options. That means we have to select 2 options. If we just select one option, that will not be considered for the score. So we have to select 2 options when it is mentioned in the question. Let's take a look at the next question now. So next question is, a company ABC has a static website hosted within an Amazon S3 bucket. What you should do being a solutions architect to ensure that the data in the bucket can be recovered in case of any accidental deletion. Let's find the keywords from this question. So the keywords are data is stored in Amazon S3 bucket for the static website, and you want to recover the data in case of any accidental deletion. Which feature can help us do this? Let's look at the options. First option is enable Amazon S3 intelligent tiering. So intelligent tiering is the storage class which is used when we are not sure of the access patterns of the data that we are going to store in S3. So it has nothing to do with the protection of data from the accidental deletion. Lifecycle policy, which is the B option, it will just transition the object from one class to another, or maybe delete it based on the timeline specified by the user. It won't protect the data from accidental deletion. Let's look at the D option now. It says enable the Amazon S3 cross-region replication. Cross-region replication just allows you to replicate your data across regions, and it cannot protect your data from accidental deletion. So what we are left with? We are left with option C, which says enable Amazon S3 versioning. S3 versioning is right because this will help in keeping multiple versions of the same object, which will eventually help in protecting the data from being accidentally deleted, because even if one version gets deleted, others will be there. So C option is the right answer. Let's take a look at the next question. Question number 4. A media company in New York creates business critical 3D images every night. The batch processing of the images happens every Monday and requires an uninterrupted 36 hours to complete. Which of the following is the most cost-effective Amazon EC2 pricing model for the given scenario? Let's find the keywords from the question. Every night, every Monday, and they want a uninterrupted EC2 instance capacity to complete the processing, and you also want a cost-effective Amazon EC2 pricing model. So let's look at the options now. First is spot instances. Spot instances cannot be a good case here because they can be interrupted anytime, and since it is mentioned in the question that you want uninterrupted 36 hours for the processing to complete, so we can eliminate the A option. B option says dedicated host. So dedicated host will be a good option when we want, when we are concerned about the security, that we want a dedicated hardware for our EC2 instances. In that case, it is a good choice, but it is not the cost-effective pricing model since this is the most expensive one. So let's eliminate B as well. C option says on-demand instances. It can be good, but this is still a little costlier because they have explicitly mentioned the exact time when the EC2 instance capacity is required, that every night, every Monday, and 36 hours of EC2 instance capacity is required. This means if we know when we are going to require the EC2 instance capacity, we should reserve it, because scheduled reserved instances will give us up to 75% of discount based on the pricing of the on-demand instances. If they would have not mentioned that this is a schedule that you want to have the instances, but the schedule was not mentioned, in that case we could have thought of on-demand instances. But since the schedule is mentioned, the exact timing has been mentioned, we can very well go for scheduled reserved instances because this will be the most cost-effective pricing model for the given scenario. Let's take a look at the next question now. You are working as a solutions architect for a record company and you are building an application that will store both key value store and document models like album ID, band ID, song ID, and composer ID. Which of the following AWS service will suit the needs of your application in the best way? So we have been given with 4 options. Let's look at them. First is Amazon EBS. So before that, let me just show you the keywords. So the keywords are that we want to store key value and the document models. That means we want a database that supports both of them. EBS is not it is not supporting these two, and it is not preferred for such a case where we have to store key value store and the document models. It is just a normal block storage. CloudWatch is not a storage service at all. It is just used for monitoring your AWS resources. So we can eliminate A and C. And D option, that is Amazon RDS, which is relational database service, is also eliminated. Why? Because it doesn't support the storage of key value and the document models. Where we can store it? We can store it in DynamoDB, because this is the only option from the given options that supports the storage of key value and the document models. So this is how you have to understand the question, find the keywords from it and guess the accurate answer. Next is one more challenge that is being run by AWS, that is Get AWS Certified challenge. Let me give you a little more information about it. So this is where you can access it, pages.awscloud.com/global_train-cert. Okay, so you just need to Google AWS Get Certified Challenge for Solutions Architect and you will get the link. So this challenge is about, they are encouraging you to get certified in the Solutions Architect Associate exam. So you can join this challenge. You just need to fill all the details here and submit, and you will get an email of confirmation, and they will give you so many free resources for your study, okay, for the exam preparation. And also the amazing thing is that you will get a 50% discount voucher for your exam. So since the Solutions Architect exam is the associate level, it is a $150 worth exam. If you sign up for the challenge, you will get a 50% discount voucher from the AWS side itself, and you will be able to sit for the exam by booking it for $75 itself. And this challenge ends on December 4, 2021. So make sure you are registering for this challenge and you are following all the steps that they are sending you on the emails. It will be very beneficial for you if you are planning to take up the Solutions Architect exam in the coming months. And what's the mode of exam? You can take the exam in two ways, either through a Pearson VUE or a PSI center near you or from home. In both the ways, the exam will be proctored. And to schedule your exam, you just have to visit this website, aws.training/certification, and you can follow the process for scheduling your exam. So this was about how you can pass the AWS Certified Solutions Architect exam. I hope this was useful for you, and all the best for your Solutions Architect Associate exam.